Saucey Brown. I know I hadn't come live. Um, I'm getting ready to have the gastric sleeve next week, next Wednesday. And I just want to talk a little bit about the surgery. I give you some backstory. In 2002, I actually had the gastric bypass, the RNY, which is where they cut your stomach, make a little pouch, and they take all the rest of your stomach and put it to the side. It's actually still in your body just in case you have to have what happened to me, a revision. Okay, I have sickle cell, so I live a pretty basic life. But however, in 2018, my health took a real deep turn. Um, Sickle cell just kind of like took over. Well, they tell you, if you know, let's go back. If you know anything about sickle cell, they tell you 21 is about the longest time you're going to be here with people, but we know better. Then they make you in your 30s, and most people I know make it in their 30s. But I am in my late 40s, actually 2 years from 50. And so I began to just be sick all the time, weak. Um, of course, sickle cell is where you have more, your white blood cells are sickled and they attack your body. Because they're supposed to be a protector. Instead of protecting you, they start fighting your body because they think everything is an attack. But anyway, in 2019, I got into a real bad car accident, and I ended up hurting my back, which was my third actually car accident. But this one really was bad, and I went in and had to have my whole back replacement. And I did that, and it happened to be December of 2019. And then after the surgery was right when COVID hit. I was in a nursing home from January to February, and of course I had to leave the nursing home because COVID hit. Well, COVID had hit, and they were starting to shut everything down. And because I was the youngest person in the nursing home, they thought it would be better that I would go home to finish my treatments. However, I could not do my treatments, so in the process, go back a little bit. While I was in the nursing home, we couldn't do therapy. So after being in there a month, I gained 32 pounds. Once the doctors realized that the steroids was really making me gain a lot of weight because they weren't coming around every week like they were, supposed to. Because like I said, COVID had hit. So once they realized that, they tried to change my diet. But by then they were sending me home. So I had all this extra weight on this back, brand new back I just got. And so it never healed, and it still has not healed to this day. So I've been bedridden. Most of you see me in my walker or basically in bed. And that's where I've been for the past almost 2 years. My youngest daughter, they sent them home from college. She was in college. So she came home to care for me, and basically for the past 2 years has been caring for me. However, just bad eating habits. Laying in here really depressed. And so it's easy to fall into those ruts where you get depressed and, you know, just not even realizing you're depressed. And I don't think for a long time I did realize I was depressed. I was seeing the weight, that massive weight gain first was astounding in a month. But then I was seeing the weight gain. It's okay. I've been big before. And I always just had a high self-esteem, even as a big girl. But it's like it just took a real toll on me. Um, Realizing I was depressed. And so I really just started eating a lot of stuff that I never did. I'm an ice eater. But I was eating my ice still, but I was starting to eat sugar a lot and sodas. And for years, I haven't drunk sodas, any of that. But it's just like whatever my total body here, I'll eat it, I'll drink it. It didn't matter, because I couldn't move. I couldn't enjoy life. And then the world had basically shut down. So it's like nothing that I was missing because nobody was out anyway. But anyway, to get weight gain was just, but because my body wasn't used to having sugar and carbohydrates, I used to was drinking just water, 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 water for years. Um, I ended up burning a hole in my stomach. And a couple of months ago, I think it was in October, it had gotten so bad that I couldn't even eat. It just hurt so bad. So I went to a disease specialist and he went inside and he saw the hole. So he tried to say, we will go and have surgery. So I told him I had surgery. They went in to repair the hole. And while they went to repair the hole, they found out that I had a surgical mesh from 2000, which I didn't know I had. And that's what was tearing. The mesh was tearing. So I have to, supposed to have had surgery, but insurance, they had to clear it through insurance. And the doctor said that closing the hole was not going to be possible. I would have to have what I'm going for. A revision, making my stomach smaller, which is already small. I mean, I can barely eat food. But what I'm eating is wrong foods. So that's why I weight and the steroids, gaining all this weight. But anyway, they told me I had to have the revision. And once again, just panic setting in. I've had so many surgeries. I've had so many surgeries, y'all. So I'm just tired of having them. But this last one just really had me shook. And I know it's because I started Saucey with the sauce. Right after, well, I had it before, but I really started really blogging more once More 3 passed. I was just so hurt and devastated by it. I just want to talk to you. And I know back in 2009, I graduated from elementary school. And I knew I had a call on my life to speak to back the world that I came from. The rowdy, street, oh, just drugs, wildlife, killing, just that lifestyle. I knew it so well. Being so close to you say action, but to just the inhumane treatment of other people by people that you basically didn't know. Just killing people for no reason and just because they weren't a part of your clique or wasn't a part of what you were a part of. And I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I know a lot of that our rappers here have gotten not a bad rap. It's getting a very legitimate rap because of the way they rap, but that's the lifestyle here. That's the atmosphere here. And because I knew it so well, I said, Lord, I know you're calling me back to the streets, but I'm scared that I'll go back. I'll revert. And he said, so much is given, much is required. And I'm sending you back. I've equipped you. You have everything you need to go back and to raise up these young men. You know most of them. And not only them, there's a big world out there that needs right now during this time, during this season. Because if you don't realize it, if you don't know the word of God, all of this stuff was prophesied. It is just coming to pass now. There's no need to be fearful of it. It's going to happen. And if you're on the right side of the road, then, hey, it'll be a little better, but it's still bittersweet. We'll still lose loved ones. You'll still um, see a bunch of violence and say you don't understand, but why don't you understand? It's supposed to happen. This world has to get wicked as it can. We have to go through the chips. We have to get the mark of the beast. All of this stuff has to happen. Covert, all of this stuff has to happen. And just being a part of that world at one time or another, the fear of coming out of it and you doing better. I mean, so much better. The lifestyle I live, people would dream to live. Um, just to come out of that lifestyle. It's almost like a rapper's life, coming from being in the world to coming out of it and then getting to live prosperous. You don't want to go back to that. I know I didn't. I kept telling the Lord, oh Lord, use me. I want you to use me. But at the same time, I couldn't even listen to rap music without being so pulled in a negative way. So I have to pray through balance, when I'm listening to certain people, balance and it was hard at first. It took me a while, and then I got to the point where I started seeing these young men, especially during the COVID time when they were having to be inside. So now they're blogging, now they're online, and you're getting to see them more, and they're just making the stupidest mistakes. And you're saying to yourself they're mistakes, but they're not mistakes. That's what they know, and that was something that I learned when I was in the world. That's what I knew, and I remember so well. And one time I would have clients that was, I did hair for almost 30 years. But I would have clients that would tell other people when they refer to them, oh, she real nasty, but she good at what she do. Oh, she talk to you any kind of way, but she good at what she do. I would have friends that went to church all the time, would party with me Monday through Sunday, Monday through Monday, and go to church and never invited me once. Just say, oh, almost like she's a lost cause. And that made me realize that if people felt that I was a lost cause and wasn't willing to do that for me, love on me, then how can I do that for other people? And so I say all this to say I've been hiding behind my little cartoon character because if you see my cover picture, I gained 60 pounds, y'all. 60 plus pounds. And it was heartbreaking to go from, being the plus side almost all my life to getting my adult life, getting the freedom and losing all that weight with the first gastric bypass and loving who I was. Always loving taking pictures. Just loved who I was. And to gain 60 pounds, I said it didn't bother me, but it bothered me. It was heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. And now I prayed that I could have the surgery again. And then when it came around again, now that I'm getting ready to have it, I'm like, wow, I've never been this big. Am I going to hide forever behind the mask of Saucey? Or am I going to come out? I have 7 days, 8 days, 7 days till the surgery. And the beautiful thing is, if you looked on my page, you see my oldest daughter had the gastric bypass. And she did it right. She looks so healthy, so good. And it's because she loves the sea moss. And if you haven't gotten on my sea moss gang, come on, come on, come on. It's the sea moss sauce gang. I make it myself. I've made it now for a couple of years, and I watched her use it on her skin, and she had really bad skin. If you look at the video, I have a video on here. Um, Well, the CMOC video, that's my daughter, my oldest daughter. And she lost 130 pounds. And she looks so healthy because she's taking the CMOS. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Hiding behind this, not wanting to do my hair, not wanting to take care of myself. And now I'm looking even at this screen right now, and I'm looking at a woman who has gained so much weight. And today, I said, okay, I'm at least putting my wig on. I'm not going to get on here without my wig. I'm going to fix my hair up. And this is the Love Me collection. Oh my God, this is some beautiful hair. Beautiful, look at there. Oh, hairline it is so gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. I did a tutorial with me doing this. This is actually their straight bob, y'all. Oh, if you see the picture, if you go on my page, there's also the tutorial that I did with this. But this bob was just a straight bob. I put the curls in it and did what I wanted to do. And I've always worn this blonde hair, so. But no eyelashes. I put a little lipstick, eye makeup on, just because I said, okay, I'm gonna come on here and do this live. But I want people to know that I'm getting this revision for health purposes, but I wanted it because I couldn't figure out how was I going to get this weight back off of me and start back walking. And it's now to the point where I can barely walk. And I said, I got to do this for me first. And then I can come back and fully work out what I'm called to do. Because I see a lot of devastation going on. And we need someone. We need a lot of people. It takes one to know one. But it also takes one to build one. So I'm praying that these next couple of days I'm going to be coming on before I have my surgery. Just doing something that I very much needed. I went to see counselors. They all say you're fine, because when you have the surgery, it is a mind-altering experience. And I had it the first time, and it was the most painful experience. But it was so worth it. It was so worth it. I had 20 years, y'all. In a brand new body, whole new mindset. And that goes to show you that your personal perception of you means so much. And even now, I can have people I'm constantly counseling and constantly speaking to and constantly talking to, and then we won't even look in the mirror at myself. So you can be a light and be full of darkness yourself, not loving yourself enough, not building yourself up. And I'm praying that in this next season, that I've watched how God has restored for me. I burnt down my house in June, and it's being rebuilt, and it's being rebuilt all because I love remodeling my house, and I had gotten to the point where I was so miserable looking at it. And when it burnt down, I cried like a baby. I said, no, I didn't want to lose it, Lord. I know I complained so much about my home, but now I have a 5-bedroom, 2-story home. Just me in it. I raised my kids and grandkids. My grandson, everybody's gone. But my daughter, I think, may come back with me. I live with her now. Like I said, I burnt the house down. But anyway, watch how God restored. He's giving me my house back, brand new. It's allowing me the freedom to let go of a marriage I've been in for a while that I know is over, and just a brand new start with a new body. I'm getting maybe smaller because they have to take more of my stomach this time. And so I'm watching how 2022 has so much bright potential in it for me. And at the same time, I am terrified to have the surgery for some reason. But I believe in God that I'll make it through. And I'm asking y'all for your prayers. And these next couple of days is so stressed because I have to start on a clear diet. I'm supposed to start on 15, but I started, but I'm still eating a little bit of stuff. And I am now. I'm eating really soft foods now, trying to build down to that because I know how to, when you try to say, just snatch something away, it never works. I'm watching it never works. And even my teeth, got my teeth redone. Just been a beautiful season for me. And I know it's because God wants me to feel better about me. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, how can you minister to someone? How can you tell the next person, it's going to be okay when you don't believe it's okay for yourself? Oh, I love this way. Anyway, but you don't believe that it's going to be okay for you. So, let's get ready to do this journey, y'all. I wasn't going to go live until after, maybe a couple months after I had the surgery and gotten back at least halfway to what y'all know Saucey Brown to look like. But I said no. I want them to see me from the start. I want to see all of the turmoil, all of the weight that I've gained. I want them to see it all. So that if there's someone out there that's struggling with weight, I know, I can't say I know how you feel, but I know the struggle of that. And it's so hard if you don't love yourself to start to love yourself. But you have to do it. You got to take those steps. You got to take those steps to improve you. You got to. Because no one's going to love you more than you. And let me tell you something. Nobody's going to put you first. Nobody is going to put you first before themselves. So why don't you put yourself first? Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough. Yes. Like I'm loving this hair. Love yourself enough. Nobody owes you to be first in their lives. But you owe it to yourself to be first in your life. And if that means that you have to I heard oh my God, I love this man. I can't believe I just drew up like his name. But anyways, gospel singer, and he had the gastric bypass, and he said something that struck me because I know most people won't say this. They won't say, he said, I couldn't control my eating. Could not control my eating. I was ministering to people all over the place. I'm singing, God's praises, but I couldn't even push back a fork. I couldn't push back from a table. I can call down fire, and I said the same thing. Call down fire, but couldn't put back your fork. And hid behind the fact that, okay, I had lost so much weight the first time I had the surgery. And for me to gain it all back, and then some, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. But God allowed me, the first time I had the surgery, I didn't respect it. I didn't take advantage of it. I didn't love myself enough through the process. I lost all that weight and got a really, fine and kept myself all up, always the eyelashes and everything, just some materialistic stuff. But I didn't love myself through the process. And gaining back all of this weight and now having to have to go back and get, thank you, sis, I need it. My surgery date is December the 29th, and I need it. I need all the prayers because the strong tower woman in me is scared. But I know I have to have the surgery to get this weight back off of me, and more importantly, to close this hole in my stomach. Um, it's been a very painful ride, one that I hid behind Saucey, and to reveal who I am now, to show that vulnerable side, is what most people won't do, but that's what we all need to do. So I said this, said when he said that, all the fear I have, I keep going back to hearing him say, I can save the world, but I couldn't save myself from a fork. And I said to myself, okay, it's okay. Thanks. I thank you so, pipeline player. I know that's right. Go on, girl. Encourage one another. We need it. We have to. We have to show each other love. And even when it doesn't feel good, even when it's not comfortable, to tell somebody, you know what? I'm hurting. I'm miserable. I know y'all see this persona of this person, but that person is hurting. That person is hiding. And December the 29th is the day I have this surgery. But I'm changing today. Amen. I am changing today for the better. And I have to do this liquid diet these next couple of days. So I came on here just to encourage somebody. Because when you encourage somebody, you know, it helps you encourage. It makes you speak to yourself. Because when you're encouraging someone else, you're basically speaking out your heart and what you're going through. And I have been through the fire, the rain, the storm, and now to be getting ready to walk again. I know all the benefits on the other side of the surgery. It's amazing to be able to get up. Amen. Love you, girl. Love you. One of the people that has encouraged me and made me want to press in to blogging and be my authentic, nice self, because I've seen the authentic you. Despite all the attacks from bigger bloggers, I watched you be a 100% true to who you were, no matter what, and still to love on them. Even when most people would say they weren't lovable. So I thank you. I thank you so much. I do. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you on the other side, as well as all of my YouTube family. I will be on here every day until I have my surgery, just so I can get encouraged, because I need it each and every day to stick with this liquid diet, to get ready to have my liver go down enough to for they can do all the surgery they need. Um, I love you. This has been Saucy with the Sauce. Stirring the sauce, bringing the tea, but more importantly, loving me. Thank y'all for watching. And let's go with the journey. Love you too, girl. Bye. Bye.